Well, it all starts in the kitchen, like a lot of things. I think this is my third brew of the morning now. Reason being, I'm just trying to get as much fluid in my body as possible. I was doing this last night as well. It's part of our normal routine anyway. We'll usually wind down the evening with a load of lemon and gingers. And I just find it's really good for just hydrating the muscles, to maybe replenish what I lost during the day, and then also to stock up for the day to come. So the night before, really important. You might want to couple that with a little bit of stretching as well, light stretching before you get into bed. But I could talk about that another time. So gearing up for the very hot day to come. So I've taken on lots of fluid already, so I am good to go. I'm taking with me, I've got 1 litre, 2 litre, probably half a litre in there. It's another brew. So 2.5 litres is not enough. I'm going to get another half litre, and I'll be banking on the gentleman bringing me out maybe another drink, because he did yesterday. He brought me out a pint of water and a can of lemonade. It was awesome. So water is not everything. Water is merely the vessel that carries around your body all the electrolytes you need. So what do I mean by electrolytes? There's quite a few of them actually, and I don't know them all, so this isn't a health video, but for me the big ones I look at is sodium, which is salt. That's the main one you lose when you are sweating. That's why your sweat tastes salty, because you're losing the electrolyte of salt. Potassium. If you find you're cramping up from time to time, bananas can really help against cramp, although it can be sometimes a deficit or too much potassium that can cause you cramp. But anyway, for me, I like to reach for a banana if I'm getting cramp. So sodium, potassium. I've had a cup of milk already this morning. I don't normally do that, but I am going OTT today because it's going to be about 30 degrees. I struggled yesterday in the 28-degree heat, so I'm just going OTT with everything I can do. So that's sodium, potassium, calcium in the milk, and then the other one we got is leafy greens, which I am relying on to get my magnesium intake as well. So that's calcium, sodium, magnesium and potassium. So for me that's 4 of the big ones that's going to help me today get ahead of the curve when it comes to the hydration and getting dehydrated and all that good stuff. So that's all the stuff that I like to do from within before I go out into the world. There's obviously other factors we can consider, like skin, sun cream. I don't work with sunglasses, so I'm not going to talk about that. I've got a hat, which is an umbrella hat. I wear it to keep me out of the sun sometimes. I can't always use it if I'm in and around tight spaces, but it's actually pretty good at keeping the sun off me. It looks ridiculous, but you know, it's not a fashion show. Alright, well that's the kitchen part. Let's have a look at the rest.
Alright, so here at the job. If you're lucky enough to be working on a job today where you can work in multiple locations throughout the day, then what you want to do is scout the area and try and think about where the sun is going to be all throughout the day. So it's first thing in the morning. Some areas are really, really shady right now, other areas not so much. And I've got to think about, as the day goes on, which of these areas are going to become hot spots. So maybe I could avoid them later on. Let's go and have a look. Right, so did all the front yesterday. Nothing's dead. So look, right here, it's relatively cool in this area. You can see from the shade on the grass, I'm in a bit of a shady spot right now. That over there is the east, okay, so sun's rising, it's coming up and over, which to me it says that this area will be the first to warm up. So right now it's cool, but this area ain't going to stay cool by what, a couple hours time. It'll be quite hot. So I'm thinking I will start here and do this bit because it's shady. Already this back section is in the sunlight, but we're not at a time of the day yet where it's particularly hot. So, but still, I'm going to go for the coolest spots possible. And then an area that I think is going to be shady all day is here, because it's quite a tall house, and the sun's coming up and over there and setting down over there in the evenings. So I think if I take care of that other side and then come round to this side for today, then for me that's going to, yeah, it's going to make all the difference. All right, should probably go without saying, but sun cream, you don't need a lecture in that. If you can work with them, I can't very often, but I think I'll make the effort today. Sunglasses, that's more a case of for your eyes. Like for me, I will just be squinting all day long if I'm not wearing these. If they become a problem, then I'll have to do away with them. But yeah, sunglasses obviously. So, and then finally a hat. Now look, I'm different to other people in that, to me, a hat is something you wear in winter, right? When you want to keep your head warm, because they say there's a big percentage of the body heat that gets lost through the head, so you keep the head warm for that reason. But why would you? I don't understand why we're putting hats on in the summer, because the head is where we lose most of our heat. This is just my crazy thinking. So anyway, I think you may have seen this on previous videos. Let's have a look. Ta-da! An umbrella hat. Okay, you can get the camera on it. An umbrella hat. Again, it's not the most practical. I can cut hedges in it, but not if I'm in tight spaces. It works really well at keeping the sun off me, and also I feel like a bit of a draft coming through around my head when I'm working with it on. Yeah, I wore it earlier this year during the last heat wave we had. Yeah, made a difference. And then I've also worn it in not a storm, but in pouring down rain. So yeah, has its uses. It's not a fashion show. I got shorts on today. I can't show you, camera won't tilt. I got shorts on today, which is very unusual. I've got my normal working trousers with me for if I need to go into any, well, maybe I'll put them on straight away. I'm working with some pyrocan for first thing this morning. But as long as I can, for as long as I can, I will stay as cool and loose as possible. Right, that's procrastination over. I need to get to work. Also, when you're getting ready for the day, think about what you're putting in your hair. I know a lot of us like to have product in, but when your head starts sweating and your hair starts dripping and it starts going in your eyes, just think about what's coming with that sweat. Salty sweat's bad enough when it gets in your eyes, but if you've got some chemically product in your hair, it might sound silly, but I'm telling you, you'll know what I mean if it's happened. Right, when it's lunchtime, make sure you eat that food. Okay, you spent all morning prepping it, and you prepped it for a reason. So it doesn't matter that you don't feel like eating now. It doesn't matter that the heat takes away your hunger. You don't stop needing the energy that the food gives you just because it's baking hot. Yeah, get loads of water on board, but like I say, if you just tank loads of water now, you're not replacing your salts that you are sweating, all right? You're losing your salts, and that is not replacing them. So eat your food, get your bananas on board, your potassium, any salt that you've put on your lunch, that'll come in real good use. All right, eat your food, drink tons of water. I haven't drank enough today, and I know that because I feel great, but my heart rate is a little bit higher than it should be right now, so that can happen when you're dehydrated.